happened to my baby?
How dare you, Mr. Spears? You had me fooled. And you too, Mrs. Spears. Death to all of them.
These are dinos, not cyano. And I have never dealt with dinos before. This is my first time ever dealing with dinos. And I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Cyano seemed way easier to get rid of. As you can see, my alvapore is basically dead. What's another cool update I can add? I have 3 rose bubble tip anemones, because it did split again after that last update video. Yeah. That's what's new. So how did this happen? I personally think it is because I messed with the light settings, and apparently you're supposed to kind of acclimate, like gradually change the intensity if you want to change your schedule. And I didn't do that. I just decided, oh, you know what? This new coral I added to the tank, which was a flower pot, wasn't opening up like at all. And I thought, oh, maybe it's the light, because I put it on the ground, I put it up on the rock, and it wasn't doing too good. It wasn't opening up. So I was like, you know what? Maybe let me look at some light schedules on the signature stuff. And I see people talking about how good David Saxby's lighting schedule was. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And after I did that, I started seeing some diatoms at first. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense, because the intensity was a little higher. So I set it back down, the intensity, to what it was. I think his was like at 80, and mine originally was like at 60 or 50. So I put all the highs down to 60. And the diatoms got worse. And then I got dinos instead. So now I'm on my own little journey of beating up dinos, I guess. And, yeah, man. It's so awesome losing precious coral that I have really liked. It's kind of hard to remember that shit like this will happen, especially because I personally, especially because I really didn't know what I was doing was going to cause harm to my tank, which in hindsight, I guess I should have known. But it's impossible to just know everything, so I'm trying not to beat myself up for this. It sucks. It really is depressing when I go back and I watch my 1.5 year progress video, and I'm like, look at me now, 2 years in, and it's like, I messed it up, man. I messed it up. But you know, it's never over, right? So I'm a little hopeful that everything is gonna be better. Here, as you can see, I am siphoning out, well, trying to. This didn't work out that well. I tried to siphon out a lot of the dinos through in this bucket with a foam pad. And that didn't really work out, because for some reason, I guess my foam pad wasn't fine enough. So I got a lot of big chunks of dino out on the foam pad when I was filtering out the water. But a lot of tiny little dino stuff was still in the bucket, and I just had to re-put that back in the water. So I was like, whatever. I've had my UV light on in the back third chamber next to where the pump is. And that hasn't really been helping, I don't think, because the dinos aren't even really getting sucked into the chamber part, because it's more like a surface skimmer than an actual like filter. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely a learning experience. I didn't know my tank was gonna freak out that much from me messing with the light, and now I know. And it's very frustrating. I had my own little cry session about it when it was happening. So if you want to see this dumpster fire turn into something beautiful, maybe, hopefully, it definitely will. It's kind of one of those things. You have ups and downs, except it kind of feels like I'm the only one that's going through crappy times with my tanks. This is depressing. I sound depressing, don't I? It's just, it's too hard. It's too hard to like talk happy right now. I might just start dosing Tim's waste away from now on, because apparently you can just do that every week in order to like prevent this from happening as well, which I definitely need to do. And yeah, if by all means, if you have dealt with dinos, please tell me how you dealt with them, because I am having such a hard time with this, and it's so disheartening and frustrating. And I don't want my softies to die because I'm failing them so hard right now. Anyways, yeah. I'll see you next time, and maybe it'll be a better day.